I think he should actually probably be the front runner for MVP. What do you say about Cal? I'm running out of thing. I actually tweeted that out. Like, I don't even know what to say anymore. I mean, he's setting such a ridiculous bar to where he goes, 7 games without a home run, and we're going, hey, Cal's kind of cooled off since they gave him that day off. It's like he's setting the standard so high. It's beyond fun to watch. I think he should actually probably be the front runner for MVP. I understand his on base and his average is about 90 points lower than Aaron Judge. But what he does, the position he plays and the demands on him physically, and to work with the pitching staff, to work with that bullpen and produce the way he has, he only trails the RBI leader by 1, and that's Gino Suarez going into action today. Leads the entire league in home runs. So I don't know, considering the demands of the position that he plays, there should be heavier consideration for his MVP status than what I've seen him given so far. It's great. I mean, that's what we saw in the beginning of the season. You know, when the offense went crazy, it was almost a 1 through 9. I mean, you're never going to get 1 through 9 where everybody's crushing it, but the bottom of the order was chipping in. You were getting timely hits from everybody, and you're starting to see that again. I mean, obviously it was a huge weekend for Solano, huge weekend for Canzone. Mitch Garver had a couple of home runs that were not off position players. You're seeing guys that we've looked at and said, why is this guy in the lineup? And we've said that about Solano, we've said that about Garver, and they chip in the way that they did. Yeah, the wind was a big part of what happened over the weekend, but it worked for them, and that gives those guys a lot of confidence. Even Mastrobuoni's come up with some big hits, some nice defensive plays. So on a day where maybe Polanco doesn't come through, or Rosarena or Julio doesn't come through, somebody at the bottom of the order coming through the way they have, that's what good teams do. That's what good, you know, your stars aren't going to carry you every single game. You got to have those other guys chip in, and they did in a big way. You know, since Canzone had options, so I thought, all right, they're probably going to send him down. They've committed financially to Solano, $3.5 million, not a huge deal, even less to Rowdy Tellez, $1.5 million, but he'd had some big home runs. He played a solid first base. He was very good at picking the ball. Not a lot of range left to right, but very good defensively picking the ball. So I thought, all right, he was tied for second on the team in home runs. So I was a little surprised that they let him go. I actually thought they're either going to send Canzone down, because I thought Solano could be on his way out. I mean, look, before this hot streak, he was a disaster. He was, you know, middle of May, he was hitting 132. 132. So now look at how quickly things have turned. So they obviously made the right decision, but yeah, initially I was a little surprised because I thought since there were options for Canzone, they might send him down. I'm keeping an eye on individuals. I mean, I'm certainly keeping an eye on the AL West and watching what the Rangers do and what the Astros do and what the A's and Angels do. But I really am invested in this MVP race and keeping an eye on what Ohtani's doing, keeping an eye on Judge, obviously keeping an eye on Cal, and how does he stack up? Okay, he's down in this category, but he's up in this category, and I keep coming back to the position he plays. And look, Aaron Judge, again, he's almost 100 points higher in average, almost 100 points higher in on base. But he's trailing in RBI, he's trailing in home runs, and he doesn't play the position that demands of him so physically the way that Cal does. Same for Ohtani. Ohtani is a unicorn. I mean, we've never seen a player like him. And we'll see how much his pitching comes into play as the season rolls on. But if we're just talking about today, right now, I'm going back to Cal and the demands of the position that he plays. So I've been keeping an eye on, obviously, the division, but the MVP race and watching those individuals just to see, all right, you know, who's doing what? How does Cal stack up to the rest of the league? Solano, we just talked about. I'd love to see that keep going. I think he had 3 games in a row with 3+ hits. Canzone, you know, we'll see how that rotation works with him and Raleigh out there. Yeah, those are the guys. I mean, obviously they're left-handed. They got some pop. You know, talking about Canzone, I don't expect a bunch of pop from Solano. It was cool to see. I don't expect that that's part of it. It's never been part of his game. He's never hit double-digit home runs. I think his career high is 8. So the wind was great. I think it helped. But just keep getting on base the way that he has. Again, Mastrobuoni kind of quietly has been big for this team in moments. He's not a superstar. I'm not trying to make the case he should be an everyday player, but Dylan Moore's kind of hit a rough patch. Mastrobuoni's been a guy they've been able to count on when they want to go lefty-righty matchups. They bring him in. He's defensively very solid wherever they put him. So he's a guy that's kind of quietly been really impactful and effective for him.